One of the most famous astronomers slash cosmologists who ever worked in that field, someone named Allan Sandage. He had worked for years on the Hubble telescope project, mapping galaxies, quantifying the size of the universe, never to its fullest. He can't find the end of the universe. But he's involved in that field for decades as an avowed atheist, denying any belief in the existence of a creator. But towards the end of his career, he shook the scientific community. He came out, so to speak, at a convention in Dallas announcing that 10 years earlier, he had come to believe in God. And since that time of believing in God, he had become a follower of Jesus Christ. He'd come to the same conclusion these disciples there with Jesus in Caesarea Philippi had come to. Allan Sandage, speaking at this convention in Dallas, said that he had concluded that this earth is too complicated in all its parts and interconnectedness to be a product of chance. So he'd come to believe in the undeniable fact of a creator. And upon further study, he had come to believe that this humble nobody carpenter from Nazareth, leading around this band of just as nobody fishermen and tax collector disciples, walking the dusty roads of Galilee at one time, he was the very one who spoke this universe into being. Or as John's Gospel, chapter 1, verse 3 says, all things were made through him, and without him nothing was made that was made. I mean, imagine following this man around for 2.5 years. You think this guy created the universe? Would it come to you? But after this time, they're like, this is the very one. As incredible as it must have been for these first disciples to come to that conclusion, no New Testament, no technology, no Hubble telescope, just following this individual around, listening, watching, reasoning amongst themselves. That is the conclusion that Peter, speaking on behalf of this group of disciples, came to when he said in verse 16 of chapter 16, you are the Christ, the Son of the living God. You're the anticipated Messiah of the Hebrew Scriptures and also God in human flesh. And Jesus didn't deny it. He said, what are you talking about? He didn't say, he answered, blessed are you, Simon Bar-Jonah, flesh and blood has not revealed this to you, but my Father who is in heaven. And Jesus went on to reveal how he was going to build his church, his ecclesia, a population of people coming to the same belief as Peter and the disciples and Allan Sandage and everybody else, billions after him.